everyone, I am finally back. I took a month off and visited family and went to Iceland and had a great time. And I am back with another video. Now this video is going to be a little bit different, and believe me, I really hesitated to do this video, but I felt it was important for those of you who are familiar with Dr. Daniel Pompa. He does a lot of videos talking about hypothyroidism, Hashimoto's disease, cellular inflammation, lots of good information. And a lot of the information I give to my clients as well. And for those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Christy. I have been professionally treating treatment-resistant hyperpigmentation, melasma, acne, and anti-aging without the use of topical medication for over 17 years. And so when I came back, he was all over my feed. And he was basically talking about a lot of good information in regards to that. So I signed up to get his cellular inflammation test. And basically this test is to measure the pH of your urine, or this byproduct to measure how much inflammation your cells are experiencing. So the darker the color of the urine, the more inflamed you are. And here is mine. So it's a lighter color. So based on the scale, my cells are inflamed, but not as dark as as it can go. However, so I want to let you know what this entails. I want to be clear, I did not go through his program, so this is not a review of his program, but I do want to tell you of what it entails. So if you have purchased the test, what happens is you get an email asking if you want to add on a family member for quite a significant discount for the test. Then they say that both you and your spouse or family member need to meet with the consultant at the same time. So that I thought, I understand that because they want to, consolidate the times. However, I felt like, okay, that's what they say in timeshare presentations, where they really emphasize that both spouses need to be there. So you get to the consultation, and after having, he's getting a little bit of background, what I thought the consultation was going to involve is discussing the results of the test and some treatment options, suggestions, or recommendations based on that, right? Just based on how the email's worded and everything else. And that is not what I received. What I received was, he asked how committed was I into basically healing or recovering for my hypothyroidism. And I said, well, I'm going to say 9. And the reason why I'm going to say 9 is because I don't know what this treatment program entails. You haven't discussed that yet. And 2 is, you haven't discussed how much this is going to cost. And basically his response was, well, we only take a certain number of people. We don't take everyone in the program, and we only take people who are a 9 or a 10 into doing anything it would take to heal themselves. And I said, well, aren't you going to explain the program or how much it costs? I mean, I'm already working with a functional medicine doctor, and I'm already taking all these supplements. So are you going to prescribe medication? Am I working with Dr. Pompa directly? Like, how does this work? And he said, no, you don't work with Dr. Pompa directly. What you would do is you would get paired up with a coach, and you would take his supplements, his brain detox. There's like a certain number of supplements that you have to take for 5 months. And I said, okay, so I'm already taking some supplements the doctor has recommended. Do I take it in conjunction with your program supplements, or how does this work? And he said, well, no, we highly recommend that you stop taking those, your desiccated thyroid, and you just concentrate on Dr. Pompa's detox program. So I said, so I can't consult with my doctor? Like, how does this work? So that was another concern that I had with that. Because I wasn't going to be working now with a doctor, now functional medicine doctor, right, who specializes in thyroid related diseases and disorders, and just working with a coach. So I had some concerns with that. And then when I said, well, what exactly are in these supplements? And he said, well, they're a proprietary blend, but I can send you a link to his website where you can check out some of the ingredients in there. Okay, that's fine. So I kept trying to get more. I was asking all these questions, which I shouldn't have. To me, it's like if you're paying for this consultation, it's because you have paid for treatment options, discussing the test results, what you can do about it, and instead it was about if you're not committed to the program without discussing any of that or the price. And so that was I found that disturbing. And by asking that, right, it's a valid question, but there's going to be people who have spent a lot of time, a lot of money, and a lot just of resources trying to get help, and they don't know what other options are available. And so what I should have done, and I highly encourage you to do this as well, is to go online and research him and his reviews. He had a good amount of people who were happy, but he had quite a number of reviews that were not happy with how this was handled. And I'm not, this is not to give people a negative review. I don't do negative reviews. So, but I felt like this was important because if you're trying to do research on this person and you're not getting quite the information, I do feel that as a consumer, a fellow consumer, especially struggling with hypothyroidism, that it is my responsibility, especially because I do have an audience, to share with you my experience, and you can go from there. You can take this with a grain of salt, and then you can look at the reviews and assess this, and then if you want to move forward, great. So I just wanted to share that with you. Ultimately, he did not share the price, the commitment, or any of that, and I found out through the reviews, and it ranged anywhere from, depending on who did what, it looked like it was about $5,000 to over $11,000 over the course of several months. And yeah, you should just read the reviews and then just make the assessment yourself. So for those of you who've been following along, and then I did that 39 panel blood test after taking all those supplements to see what levels I was in, I will be doing a follow-up video to that. Anyway, so remember, makeup is an art, skincare is a science.